E aí, gente do Cat. Oi, gente. Hi, everyone. Oh my god, I am confusing myself between Portuguese and English, but today we're going to speak in English because I want to make more Americans like me interested in Brazil. That's always been the goal, but I was just having so much fun with speaking in Portuguese and, having like a different life and constructing and building my own like parallel universe. But at this point, I just want the world to know more about Brazil, and it's just time to try new things. So if you're on this video, you probably are interested in Brazil already, so you're on a right track. But yeah, in today's video, I just want to talk about why I love traveling to Brazil, why I love Sao Paulo, and why you would too, probably. But before we get there, hi, my name is Angel, and I am from Miami, Florida, probably one of the best cities in the world. Even though I am not there right now, I will be there soon. I love it so much. But growing up in Miami made me in love with so many cultures and everything. So it's a reason as to why I'm here. So I'm really blessed to have been born in Miami. Yeah, I love it. I love Florida, and despite everything, go Florida. I've been studying Portuguese for many years now, over like 6, 7 years, and I really like Brazil. I've made so many videos on my channel about mostly reaction videos to Brazilian funk, Brazilian pop, because it's just been something that has, I don't know, been fun. It's been like a hobby of mine, but it's taken me so many places. Like I've met so many people and I've made so many friends. I've met my favorite idol, Anitta, multiple times because of my YouTube channel. So I'm really blessed to have, you know, my channel and the community I have online, and I aspire to have more foreigners also doing what I do and getting, because I know it's hard. I know it's not easy to know about Brazil if you don't speak Portuguese. Lots of how I learned about Brazil was through learning Portuguese, and I know that can be really hard. So, whatever. Let's get into it. I wrote down on my notes app. I never do this. Like I never write before I make a video, but also if I squint, I'm kind of blind. I've been working all day long, and I look at a screen all day long. So, and I don't even know how to zoom in on my notes computer app. Like, does anyone know how to do that? Anyways, the first thing is the language. Like, I love Portuguese. I think it's beautiful. I think it's romantic. I think I can express myself very well in Portuguese. Portuguese is the reason as to why I wanted to, I don't know, explore the world and travel more. And I grew up speaking both Spanish and English, so I have lots of experience in translating. I did it my entire life. I've taken academic courses in Spanish and translation for so long, like from kindergarten until university. And at university, that's when I started speaking Portuguese. I've taken like I think it was like 3 classes at college that I took about Portuguese, and I think the majority of them were for advanced speakers of Spanish, which really helped because obviously, if you speak like a Romance language and you want to learn a new one, um, you will kind of have lots of advantage. So I'm really blessed that my university, Go FSU, offer that. And then I even took like a Brazilian film and literature course, which was so beautiful. I think one of my favorite classes in the entire world. And if the professor ever sees this video, please know eu amei muito, honestly. And I hope this is on. Yeah. I watched so many films like oh my god, like Tropa Elite, Cidade de Deus, lots of other popular ones, which brought me to Brazil. It brought me to Brazil. Literally, I've been in Sao Paulo for a long time, my summer. So I just fell in love with the way the sounds were and how different it was from Spanish, and how different it just was from everything I've ever experienced growing up, because I did not speak Portuguese. And I had Brazilian friends growing up, but I never spoke Portuguese with them. And when their family spoke Portuguese, I couldn't understand, and I had no knowledge about it at all. And so I don't know, fell in love with it, and I feel like I have a natural attraction to it because I don't know, I already grew up speaking a Latin language, so it wasn't easy. I had to take courses. It's been lots of years, but I think there was just like a natural like I don't know, I was just drawn to it. And whenever people ask me, was it hard? Yeah, but did I feel it was hard? No, no, because when you do something you love, you will do whatever it takes to be good at it. And I wanted to be really good. I wanted to be really good at speaking Portuguese. I used to see videos of people speaking Portuguese, Brazilians and non Brazilians, and I was like, I want to be like that. So I spent so many years just watching YouTube videos in my room, in my dorm room when I was 17, 18, 19, and I was like, I need to be that good. I need to be that good. And once I started wanting to make YouTube videos and I wanted to attract a Brazilian audience, I was like, I need to be really good. So I just kept doing it, and I used to post videos so frequently that it just took me, especially when like the pandemic first started, which I think lots of people online got their, their growth. I just committed myself to it, and I love that I did not give up because I used to fail my Portuguese classes. I used to fail my Portuguese classes. Not fail the classes, like exams, like the grammar classes, like the grammar tests. I don't know. I really didn't care also because at that time I was like already in college, and I was like, why do I have to work harder? But anyways, it led me to Brazil, and I love the language. So that's the first thing. I love it. And if you love studying languages, like connect with me and don't give up. Like Brazil is going to be so lovely. It's such a lovely language. It's such a lovely place. Like have I cried? Have I had horrible experience? No, horrible. No, I'm being really dramatic. I love everything about this place, and I feel really at home. But I am dramatic, and those that follow me on Instagram know about it. But it's awesome. I love it. So that's the first thing. And the second thing I wrote down is the culture, especially where I'm at in Sao Paulo. So Sao Paulo cannot represent the entire country of Brazil. Of course, like Sao Paulo, is it the richest state of Brazil or is it Rio? I don't know. I think it's Sao Paulo. I may be incorrect, but Sao Paulo to me, and I haven't visited all of Brazil. Please, Brazil, don't come for me. But Sao Paulo to me is just a city that offers so much like infrastructure and technology and education, culture, and there's such a globalized culture too. There's lots of people that are is going like, oh my god, I'm confusing myself. I'm messing up my grammar. There's lots of people that speak English and other languages too, just other foreigners in Sao Paulo, especially in the capital. So Sao Paulo is the state. If you didn't know, Sao Paulo is the state. Like that is the name, and then there's also like the city, the capital of Sao Paulo, which is where I'm at. And I love it. I love that I can feel, and I feel comfortable. It wasn't intimidating at first, definitely. I think my last video was literally me like wanting to leave. But I've never lived in a big city like this where I grew up in Miami. Like the neighborhood was not as big. I didn't live in downtown. And so I grew up with the same people my entire life. And it's very flat in Sao Paulo. There's so many skyscrapers. You literally feel like one in a million. And I think there's probably like 17 million people in like the tri-state area. Please, if I'm wrong, let me know. But it's a lot of people. It's a lot of people. The city literally never sleeps. You will hear lots of traffic like the entire day. It's 8 p.m. right now, and I see so many cars like on the streets. It's like any other big city, right? Any big major global city, but Sao Paulo, and traffic can be so bad here that I believe that there are some days where you cannot drive your car. So some people need to drive their cars only on specific days, and if they do, they get a ticket. I may be wrong, but that's what I hear for them to like combat like lots of not trafficking, oh my god. But yeah, so I think Sao Paulo has it all. Like the people are very fashiony, like very trendy. I love looking at how people dress here, especially like where I'm at. People, I don't know, care about how their appearance, and I like that too. People care about looking good, and I love that. I feel like when you look good, you feel good, and so I'm really about that culture here. The trends, I feel like in Sao Paulo, you're definitely going to be like on top of the game here. It's a very workaholic culture, and can it be toxic? For sure. We live in a capitalistic society, so there's going to be toxic culture everywhere. But I think lots of people here are wanting a better quality of life. They want a better life for themselves. They want to make more money. They want to provide for themselves and their family. They want to be artistic. They want to be creative. And I think Sao Paulo is definitely the city to do that. Anywhere in out of all of Brazil, I think Sao Paulo is it's not like a city that's going to be catch as many eyes like as Milan or Paris or LA, but it's there. Like people know about Sao Paulo, and I want it to be more of a popular city, and so I love it. And also, the most important thing about here is that the technology is really good. Like the tech, I know. I hope this doesn't make it sound like Brazil is very underdeveloped. It's not. There are places, of course. I think there's definitely very remote places of Brazil that it you will find gaps in infrastructure and technology, but in Sao Paulo specifically, it's you have it all. Like it's I don't want to sound like a stereotypical American, but you know how we have those terms like developed nation or a first world. Like, in many ways, you can live a first world culture in Sao Paulo. Is there a lot of inequality in all of Brazil? Yes, there is. But if you have the means, and usually will, if you are a tourist, right? Usually tourists have the means to afford more things. So you will, just have access to more. And in Sao Paulo, like, it's just there. Like, there's apps for everything. I have an app to do my laundry. There's Uber here, which I love. I love that there's Uber in Sao Paulo. Even though Sao Paulo has like a metro system, I am not really familiar with it at all. So I'm really grateful they have Uber, and it's just, it's something I know. It's something I take everywhere, wherever I travel in the world. And so I'm just really blessed that they have that here because it makes my life easier. There's also another app. There's other apps too, and there's even an app they started in Sao Paulo to have like bulletproof cars. And today I got a message like through WhatsApp because I had downloaded the app because I was interested. So I downloaded the app a few weeks ago, and I was like, wow, they really have like bulletproof cars that you can order. So it would be like a really luxurious type of like Uber. And today, like, and in Brazil, they love WhatsApp. Like, it's so big here. Now you can order a car, like a bulletproof car, through WhatsApp, through the app. And it's insane. It's insane because yeah, safety is a thing. We can make an entire video about safety in Brazil and in Sao Paulo. But you're gonna have lots of, like, I know it sounds crazy, but it's a concern that some people have about like traveling to Brazil or to South America. But many big cities in South America will have what you need, so no worries about that. And I love that they have that here. I love that there's opportunity in Sao Paulo. I love that there's space for you to work. I love that there's space for you to remote work and study and collaborate with people. And there's a lot of places that you can go, lots of nice cafes, restaurants. But I love it. And about the education, I think, no, I know people here, and not that I can't speak about all of Brazil. I haven't been to all of Brazil, but people are really smart here. And I know that may sound so dumb for me to say, but I want to break the stereotype that people in South America, you know, are not at the same level of like intelligence as other people abroad, especially like Americans, because I know lots of people from my country like just have a really bad view of South America. But in many cases, I've met many people in Brazil that are smarter than so many people that I know, that I've known, um, from the US. And that's why I like it here. I like to be around smart people. Sao Paulo is a financial district of Brazil, and perhaps like of all of Latin America. And so I love that I can be in an environment where people are just ahead of the game. There's lots of businessmen here and businesswomen too. Lots of creatives, lots of artists, and the artists are a big reason as to why I'm in Brazil. There's lots of successful people here. So many pop stars. So many companies that I like to admire. And I love that. I love that because I feel like I am a living proof that you can be an American, you can be in Sao Paulo, you can be in Brazil and live your life and live a regular life and live a good life and keep up with demand and keep up with technology and the internet and everything. And so I love that. I learned so much from people here. I learned so much from people here, and that's a big reason as to why I'm in Sao Paulo, because I love it all. And I don't even have a big group of people here, but I just feel so at home because um, a big city offers everything. And I'm just really blessed that I can be here and learn. And I hope that I can influence people here also with other, stuff. I want to teach people stuff about my country and about, our working methods and our educational systems, and um, just how we are. And I aspire to have both our nations like grow together. But I love the big city vibe here. It's something I definitely needed as a 25-year-old, almost 26. And so I'm just really blessed. Oh my God, I can speak forever. But about that, what else am I writing about here? So I am not being distracted. I'm just reading. But the next thing I wrote is that I'm really glad that people can receive you well. And I cannot speak about everyone. So this is just my experience. But I would assume, this will vary about, how you look like and how you grew up, and if Portuguese and etc. etc. But my experience being an American, being a Colombian American in Brazil has been very nice, and I feel really honored and privileged to feel good and accepted. Do I feel different? Of course. Do I have to translate my entire life? Yes, but I feel like I'm not so different. I'm not. We're all the same, and that's what traveling teaches you, that we're nothing but the same. So I am just really happy, and I'm glad that, most Brazilians, I would say, have no problems with Americans. Of course, the whole world does, right? But I would say, like, on a day to day basis, like, you will have it pretty easier. So I'm just really honored, and with that privilege, I just want to make this world a better place, to educate and spread whatever knowledge I know so that we can all grow together. The world is so hard, and it doesn't have to be that hard. And so I think it's just awesome to be like a little mini diplomat in my little personal life, and make an impact in my community and invest in my community, in a place that I really love. So I'm just really glad, and I want America, the US, to be an ally of Brazil and vice versa. So there's that. And the next thing I have written down is the time zone thing. Like, Brazil has four time zones, I think, but in Sao Paulo and Rio, at least, and like Curitiba and Florianopolis, which are big cities that I like, and Belo Horizonte too. The time zone is not so different from the East Coast, where I'm from, the US. So it makes it really easy to talk with my friends and with my family and work and study, and not feel so different and apart from everyone else, which is a big, it's really important. If I was in Europe, it would be really hard. I'd feel really distant. So I think this part, the southeast of Brazil is a really good place if you want to be in South America and not feel too different. If you want to be in any part of the world and not be too far from the US, I think it's a great thing. I think I have a harder time reaching out with people I have in California than, Miami when I'm in Brazil. So I just really like it. It's really convenient, and I feel like that's a big reason as to why I can build another life here, build a life here, and have a reality here. So that's a really good thing. And so I think, that there is a small gap sometimes between like an hour or two, depending on like daylight savings, but for the most part, it's really awesome. And so I love that. And another important thing is the food. Yeah, I won't get into details because I'm not like a cuisine expert, but the food is really good. Not that in the US it can't be, but I think most people have a harder time finding the good type of food. And in Brazil, I never eat anything I don't like, and I've had a lot of health issues like the last year. And in Brazil, I've felt so much better, and maybe it's a combination with eating better and working out more. But sorry, I'm like looking to see if like this is blurry, but whatever. Um, it's definitely been a combination, I think, of like sleeping better and eating. Actually, all of Brazil. So that's what you need, right? I came to Brazil wanting to reach my professional and personal goals, but I've also like been able to rest, and I needed that. I needed this to come back alive, really, honestly. But the food has been so good. It's Yeah, I can't complain. I cannot complain. The food has made me. There's a large variety, and especially in Sao Paulo, you have restaurants and from all over the world, and you have amazing supermarkets. So I love it. You have organic ones everywhere, and that's a really awesome thing for me. There are so many places in the U.S. where you can't even find like an organic restaurant and supermarket. If I'm going to be honest, so I love it. Like, my body has really enjoyed it. Every day I'm like, I love it so much. Okay, let's not make this video so long. But another thing is like the economy. And so if you are working with, or earning in a different currency, let's say like a euro or the dollar, or pound, like, you will have more access to, you will have a higher purchasing power, of course, it's obvious. So that's definitely a big advantage of being in Brazil. If you have like, um, if you come from somewhere else, if you're touristing, I think it's a really amazing opportunity. And I think tourism, sustainable tourism can be really awesome for a country. And I would love if Brazil could invest more in like promoting towards international tourism, because they don't really receive lots of foreigners from like the US compared to countries like Mexico. I think the majority of tourists in Brazil are Brazilians, and then from other nations nearby like Argentina. especially in the South. But so I would love to see more people investing in like tourism in Brazil, and I wanted to, I don't know, I have big dreams and I am being that person I want to be and the future I want to see. So yeah, I am, it's a privilege, honestly. And with that, like, you can do more, and it's like, to me, I see it like, okay, like you're just one tourist and you can invest in $20 here and $20 there. But I'm like, oh my God, imagine if like hundreds and thousands of Americans and Europeans could like, and I don't want to like in no way like, you know, get like, I don't want to, how do I say this? Like, I don't want to take away anything from Brazilians. So please, if my words are not correct, like, I hope you can understand me, but I want people to invest in Brazil, and I will work towards that. And I think it can really help the economy. I know Brazil, I would say Brazil is a country that could provide for its entire nation, that it could be a powerhouse, but at the moment it's not. And it does need nations like the US. I would say, we can speak about it in the comments or make another video, but you know, um, it's history, and I want the best for both of us. But I know Brazil could really use lots of help. We all can, right? But Brazil can use lots of help, and I think the US could be a really great asset. So I am just being a little optimistic and a little representation of the world I want to see. So that's that. And the music, I think I spoke a little bit about that before, but I used to make a lot of reaction videos about Brazilian music, and there's just so many like genres of music here. Like, you have funk, you have sertanejo, you have trap, which I love. You have um what else? There's like ashe, there's forró, there's brega funk, there's like bossa nova, which is like probably the most famous thing right now. I think Brazilian funk is like the most viral thing at the moment, but I think bossa nova historically is like the most popular thing, or maybe samba. Definitely, maybe samba. So I may be wrong, but it's beautiful. I love the music. I love dancing to Brazilian music, and I've always loved dancing. I've always loved it, and I love the artists. I love the pop artists, especially like Luisa Sonza, Pablo Vittar, Lesha, um, Anita, like all of them. I love them so much. Gloria Groover. There's so many people that are so awesome to study and be inspired from, and Brazil inspires me in so many ways. But the music is just lovely, lovely. I listen to Brazilian music every day. Like, I have so many Brazilian playlists on Spotify, and maybe I should make it. Oh wow, I'm having so many ideas, but I love it, and that's a big reason as to why I love Brazil and why you should come visit. Sorry if I only spoke about myself. I have a really hard time making videos that could cater towards other people, but I will get better at it. And if you want to hear me speak in Portuguese, like, you can scroll down through older videos, or I can make new videos speaking in slow Portuguese if you want to like get better at it. Maybe I can do stuff like that too. But Brazil has lots to offer, and it's a struggle because I feel like lots of Brazilians themselves don't believe there is, but I do. I like to see the positive things about stuff, and I know no place on earth is perfect, especially in these times. But I just want to highlight the most beautiful parts of a country, and Brazil has great education, has great um, right. And you know what? I always get scared to talk about stuff like that because I know people are going to come for me and people are going to disagree. And I understand there's just lots of gap, but in just a nice, shallow way, there is just great education. There is great culture. There is great people. There is a great language. There is great history. There is. And I want to cherish it. I don't want it to be lost. I don't want people here to feel uninspired. I want people to love. I only want to spread love. Brazil can be so much richer and successful and more productive and beautiful. And Brazilians are one of the biggest audiences online, on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, on X, and on YouTube. And that is money. That is time from people from here. And I want people here to recognize their impact, their message, their worth. I want people here to understand what they can do. I want people from outside of Brazil to know where they can allocate their energy to and their time and their life. And there is and I want to help people. I want that for us. And so whatever, if you want to know more about how I see Brazil, why I like it so much, let me know. Let me know if you like this video. Leave a thumbs up. That's how I can know. But hey, so I talked a lot. And if you want to know more about visit Brazil, if you want, my God, I really confused myself. But just leave a comment or message me on Instagram. Ciao, ciao.